Hi, everybody. Come on in and find your seat. You guys all know where to go. Okay, amazing. Everybody, come on in. I'm Miss Antico. I am your English Language Arts teacher for today. So I'm going to get started by just, introducing myself, and then I want to give you guys an opportunity to tell me how your day's been going so far. Okay? So I'm here today to teach you a little bit more about your unit novel, The Watsons Go to Birmingham, and to give you a poem that actually took place during the time period in which The Watsons Go to Birmingham also took place. Okay? So everybody start off, and if you hear my voice, put your hands on your head, put your hands on your elbows, put your hands on your shoulders. Okay. Let's hear how your days have been going. What have we been up to today? Let's start off with the thumbs up if you feel like you're having a great day, middle thumb if you feel like your day's been okay, and a down thumb if you're not having the best day. Okay? Show me those thumbs. I want to see your thumbs. Awesome. Okay, guys, let's get started. I want us to take out our copies of The Watsons Go to Birmingham while I hand out a copy of the poem. Okay? Good. Thank you for taking those out. You can also have your Chromebooks on your desk, but I want you to Pac-Man them. Put them halfway so they look like this. So they look like the Pac-Man mouth. Okay? Thank you. So to start off, I want us to kind of tell me what's been happening in the Watsons Go to Birmingham so far. What has the family been doing? What are they experiencing? But also, what's going on during this time period in general? Okay? Think about elements of racism and what people were really experiencing down south during this time. Okay? Thank you. Okay, guys. So I'll start off with giving us some background knowledge. Okay? I'm going to show you a video before we jump into looking at our objectives. Okay? So give me 1 second to share my screen. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Great. Okay. Can anybody tell me what happened? Yep, a bomb went off. Where did the bomb go off? In Birmingham, Alabama. In the United States, where is Alabama? Is it up north? Is it in the middle? Is it down south? Yes, it's down south. And during the 1960s, what was happening down south? Good. There's a lot of racism, a lot of inequality. Okay? I want you to keep in mind that a lot of African American people were experiencing things that by today's standards are really unfair. Okay? But at the time, a lot of people thought that was fair. Okay? So keep that in mind that the times are different than they are right now. Okay? So again, I'm going to share my screen so we can get ourselves started. Okay? Let's see. Share screen. Good. Can everybody see my screen? Great. I'm going to start presenting. So today we're going to be looking at a poem called The Ballad of Birmingham. Okay? From this title, what do we know? Good. We know the poem's going to take place in Birmingham. Good. Okay. I need one person to read me the objective and 3 people to read me the icons. John objective, Jane icon 1, Mark icon 2, and Sally icon 3. Go. Information. What do we know about this time period? You guys can write it down on your notebook and then you can hold it up. Oops, gotta go back. Good. We know a lot of racism was going on. We know there was a lot of inequality. Okay. Good. And we've already inferred the poem is going to take place in Birmingham. So let's connect those time periods. Let's connect what we know about the civil rights movement in the 1960s to the Ballad of Birmingham and what we think it's about. Okay. So if we think it's going to be about Birmingham, and we know Birmingham's down south, what do we think this poem could be about? Good. Maybe some racism. Maybe some children. Good. All great ideas. Keep them written down in your notebooks because we're going to go back to those later. Okay, so let's start off. How should I annotate a poem? Pretend I'm a person that has never seen a poem before in my life. What should I do first? What is it, guys? Let's think. Great. We're going to start off by numbering the stanzas, okay? So take out some pencils. We're going to need those. Good. So we're going to number our stanzas. We're going to read the poem, and then we're going to look at each stanza on its own. Is there any figurative language in it? And what does that stanza add to the poem as a whole? Remember, the stanzas are like puzzle pieces, and the poem is like a puzzle. All the stanzas connect to each other and form a big puzzle, okay? So keep an eye on those puzzle pieces and remember to yourself that if you take out one of those puzzle pieces, the puzzle doesn't always look the same. It could look really different. It's the same concept with stanzas. If I take out one stanza, the whole poem could be different, okay? Same with if I add a stanza, the whole poem could change. Okay? Okay, so let's take a look at our poem. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is number my stanzas, okay? So I'm going to use the annotation tool, okay? I am going to number my stanzas. Okay, and then I would keep going, all right? But let's start off by doing a whole read of the poem now, okay? Ballad of Birmingham. I need 3 people to read me the first 3 stanzas, and then I'll continue. Great. Mother dear, may I go downtown instead of out to play and march the streets of Birmingham in a freedom march today? No, baby, no, you may not go, for the dogs are fierce and wild, and clubs and hoses, guns and jails aren't good for a little child. But mother, I won't be alone. Other children will go with me and march the streets of Birmingham to make our country free. No, baby, no, you may not go, for I fear those guns will fire, but you may go to church instead and sing in the children's choir. She has combed and brushed her night dark hair and bathed rose petals sweet, and drawn white gloves on her small brown hands and white shoes on her feet. The mother smiled to know her child was in the sacred place, but that smile was the last smile to come upon her face. For when she heard the explosion, her eyes grew wet and wild. She raced through the streets of Birmingham, calling for her child. She clawed through bits of glass and brick, then lifted out a shoe. Oh, here's the shoe my baby wore, but baby, where are you? Take a minute. Think about what happens in this poem. And I'm going to actually erase a stanza. So I'm going to get rid of one of our puzzle pieces, okay? So take a minute while you think about that. I'm going to get rid of this here stanza. See, I'm scribbling over it, okay? Pretend doesn't exist. It never happened, okay? Good. All right, somebody raise their hand and tell me what this poem is about. Good, we have a little girl who's going to Birmingham, okay, and she wants to march in a freedom march. Good, and her mom says, no, you can't go. But the girl goes anyway, and a bomb is dropped all over Birmingham, and a lot of people get really hurt, okay? Then we have the mom who runs there really fast to find her daughter, and she can't find her. Good job, guys. Good inferencing, okay? So I'm gonna hop back to our PowerPoint. So now you guys have to follow along with me. We're gonna start annotating our stanzas, okay? Mother dear, may I go downtown instead of out to play and march the streets of Birmingham in a freedom march today? All right, so now let's start looking at how we're gonna create our rhyme scheme, okay? When you're adding a rhyme scheme, this is how you're gonna start. You're going to underline the last word in each line, okay? Good. So we have downtown, play, Birmingham, and today. You'd start off by assigning the first line a letter. So let's say A. Downtown is A. Then we go down here to play. Since downtown and play don't rhyme, we need to give a new letter to play. So we're gonna give it B. And then we'll move down to Birmingham. That doesn't rhyme with A or B, so we're gonna give it C. And then we'd go down to today. Does today rhyme with any other words in this stanza? Yes, it does. It rhymes with play. So we're gonna assign it B. Amazing. Okay, good job, guys. So now let's go over here to our question. What does this stanza add to our poem? What does it add? It introduces us to our characters, gives us our setting, and helps us infer what might happen. Good. Awesome job, guys. Okay? So now let's move on to the next stanza. No, baby, no, you may not go. For the dogs are fierce and wild, and clubs and hoses, guns and jails aren't good for a little child. Somebody tell me what I should do first. Good, I'd underline these words. Okay, so let's start off here with go. What letter should I assign to go? No, I'm actually not going to give go A. Why? Somebody tell me why. Good, because it doesn't rhyme with the previous A. Okay, so it gets a new letter. We're going to give it D. Okay, then wild would be E. Jails would be F. And child would be E. Good job, everybody. You will have to do this on your own for the next few stanzas, okay? What does this stanza add to our poem? Okay, what does this add? Good, we have the girl asks her mom to go to the Freedom March, but mom said no because it is dangerous. Okay, we also learn a little bit more about how it can be dangerous. So it'd be clubs and hoses, guns and jails. Okay, so now we know how serious this all was. Okay, on to the next stanza. Good, so we're going to underline our words here. But mother, I won't be alone. Other children will go with me and march the streets of Birmingham to make our country free. So I'm going to give you guys the opportunity on your papers now to add your rhyme scheme, okay? And then we'll come back and share at the end. Okay, so take 2 minutes and do that. Good, so we have G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now what about Birmingham here? Have we seen Birmingham already? Good, we have, so B. Okay, then we have H again. Great job, guys. Now, how does this stanza build off of the last two? Yeah, the girl is responding. She is showing us she cares about the civil rights movement. Good job, everybody. Okay, now this is what you're going to do. You're going to independently work on stanzas 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remember, stanza 4 right now does not exist, okay? So take 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back, all right? and we're going to go over it. Okay, great. Now everybody, you should have stopped, you should have finished with your rhyme scheme, and you should have been able to finish those other annotation questions. Okay? So now let's talk about that fourth stanza. Good. Okay. So I'm going to now share my screen and unblock that fourth stanza. I'm going to ask you how our poem now changes. Okay? So everybody can see? Great. So our fourth stanza says, "No, baby, no, you may not go, for I fear those guns will fire. But you may go to church instead and sing in the children's choir." What does that stanza give us? Yep, it gives us the location of where the bombing took place. Where did the bombing take place? Inside of a church. And what was going on in that church? Yep, the children's choir was singing. So if the people who put the bomb there knew all of this, who was their target? Who did they want to hurt? The children. And what does that show us about those people? Yeah, that they're really bad. That they would want to hurt children more than anything. Okay? That really shows us how terrible the civil rights movement is, or how terrible the events happening during the civil rights movement were. Okay? It shows us how serious this all was and how the racist people would do anything to hurt the African Americans. Okay? Because who gets the most affected by children getting hurt? Good, their parents. Okay, everybody, let's flip back